Indeed. For the moment I was born, my people exclaimed, "Behold, eyes like the moonlit tide, antlers like the crescent moon, and blood that glimmers silver as the moon's reflection." From as far back as I can remember, I was revered as the frost moon's emissary and the moontide maiden. The first words I ever learned were prayers to the frost moon. The first gestures, those of our sacred rites.
Wow, that must have been tough.
Back then, I didn't know any better. It all just seemed so natural. The Frost Moon Scion's bloodline has long since begun to run thin. Nowadays, even those of us with antlers are few and far between, let alone those attuned to the power of Kuvaki. But I...
Whoa! Your antlers are so pretty.
They say it's an extraordinarily rare condition. Once in a century, if that. I am unusually sensitive to the moonlight, as well as to the Kuvaki's ebb and flow. As a child, I could barely sleep because of it.
Oh no! It was that serious?
To others, fluctuations in Kuvaki are something you easily get used to, like a gentle tide lapping away at the shore. But to me, that same tide is a towering tsunami, a surging swell crashing against me. Of course, as the years went by, I learned how to suppress my senses and my power, enough to keep it all from overwhelming me. But because of that, I also had to walk the path of concealment.
Concealment?
From the moment I was first taught to pray, my kin would point up to the night sky telling me, "That lauma is the frost moon, the last of the moons, the sole surviving truth." But I would ask them in response, why? Why can't I feel anything from it at all? Later, I came to understand that they simply could not tell where the real tide was coming from. They couldn't sense it. The true moon beyond the sky's veil. The moon is false. I reached that conclusion long ago. But there was no one I could tell. Not a single soul. At least, not until now. Am I the one who's wrong? Is it the moon that is false, or my own senses? I asked myself such questions time and time again. Thank you. When you called yourself a descender, I had a feeling you might be able to confirm what I had always suspected. And now that you have, it's exactly as I imagined. I feel relieved.
Oh, Paimon kinda gets why you couldn't tell anyone now. It's not easy to change people's minds on something they've believed for hundreds of years.
That's what I meant by concealment. I knew too much, so I had no choice but to keep my people in the dark. Every prayer I offer feels like a lie to keep myself going. You've already met our Kutar, haven't you?
Huh? When was that? And, more importantly, when were you planning on telling Paimon? Ah, no wonder.
What did you think of her?
What exactly do you mean by up in the clouds?
I understand what you mean. She is quite indifferent to the world outside herself. But I find it hard to hold that against her. Yes. It was shortly after the fall of the ancient moon's remnants. I asked her what the Frost Moon Scions meant to her, and why she left in the first place.
Yeah? So, why did she?
Perhaps it's better if you ask her yourselves. Things tend to get lost in translation when you speak on someone's behalf. What I can say for certain is this. Even when I had no one to confide in, I still had a family. I still had the Frost Moon Scions. But that girl, born beneath the moonlight, perhaps she's never felt she had either. The truth is, though, she might have had it all. If only the Frost Moon Scions hadn't let her down. The Frost Moon Scions now walk a path of error. They offer their prayers to a false moon, and to a goddess who can no longer answer them. I want to change all that. But with the Fatui closing in on us day by day, the Frost Moon Scions must stand united, now more than ever. I just need to wait for the right moment.
Lady Lauma! Lady Lauma!
Cappy? Has Kadena's condition deteriorated again? Traveler, Paimon, we'll have to continue this conversation later.
We'll come too!